Go. All right, we got our bacon, or our slabs. It's not bacon yet. What I'm doing is just cutting it up. Just cutting it up on paper. It'd be easier to cut up. You had a butcher block or something, but we didn't get a butcher block out here.
Now, we've looked at a lot of videos. Here's paper towels if you need it. Paper towels.
Yeah, we've looked at a lot of videos on how to do it, and I was talking to the processor down there, and she was talking about how they do it.
Yeah. So we got quite a few slabs of bacon, unprocessed, uncured, plain old bacon.
Yeah.
And if you cooked unprocessed, uncured bacon, it tastes like pork.
It tastes like pork chop.
But it don't taste like bacon.
Like a fatty pork chop.
Yes.
But
Now
we just need to put our salt and stuff on it. We need a bowl
um,
to put stuff in.
okay, well, let me go get a bowl. I went and got it's a roasting pan. First, that is non-iodized salt. Plain salt, non-iodized.
And I'm sure there's probably a certain amount you gotta do.
Now, there is a meat salt that is supposed to be really good, but there's none of them. You can't find it unless you go to co-op in a 50-pound
Well, it's
bag.
got the chemicals in it. Nitrate.
Nitrates, yes.
They say you've got to use that, but I'm not using it.
Okay, pepper.
It's got chemicals in it. It's supposed to kill the bacteria, but I talked to the woman down there. She was saying the nitrates is...
Once you cure it, once it cooks, once you smoke it,
She's never had a problem with it.
right. You're gonna make me sneeze.
Yeah, that's kind of why you mix all your stuff up in a bowl.
Right. Okay. Now he's just trying to get all around it. And then this last is the maple. Can you get it? And I'm going to get the lid off. You can wipe the outside, could be wiped down. Oh, push it out. We found this at Rural King, and it's a bourbon maple. And we thought that would probably be really good to, as a flavoring. Now the salt helps pull the fat,
Pull the
moisture out of it. So that's a big area of it.
Yep.
Do we need any additional salt, do you think?
I don't think so, but I'm going to have to. We're going to have your help to
Okay.
put it in the bag so we can hold the bag.
Okay.
You're going to have to turn the phone off.
All right. Okay. We're back.
There you go.
He's got to go wash his hands. He's sticky. All right. So we've got them all the mixture. That first one, we did forget the brown sugar, but we did end up putting it in. So we used the all-natural pink Himalayan coarse salt that does not contain iodine, the regular white salt that does not supply the iodine, brown sugar, and then this bourbon barrel maple syrup and pepper, just good old black pepper. So now, if we want to grab those two, this is just our outdoor refrigerator. It's overflow. We've got them in 1 gallon Ziploc bags. So
We'll have to come out here every day
yes, every day.
and turn every one of them.
Yeah, you come out, you pick them up, you
Turn it out and flip it.
yeah, flip it and massage that and get that all rubbed in there really good. After 7 to 10 days?
Yep.
7 to 10 days. So basically next weekend, he's got to rearrange them. Next
Well, that way
weekend,
they're not stacked on top of each
Right.
other.
he's going to put them on the smoker and do a low smoke. What is it? The 250 degrees, I think.
It said 200.
200 degrees, but he's going to do a low smoke on it. You got room? Cool.
They're in the
So-
drawer.
That way also if them bags leak, because
They're in the drawer.
they're in the drawer, not on the shelf. There was a lot of brown sugar and stuff stuck in the zipper. But this is we're trying this out. We hope it turns out really good. We feel like it will. We've done a little research on different recipes and things of that nature.
We'll let you know in about
Yes.
10 days.
Yes, so
About 12 days.
we're going to let these marinate. The salt, what does the salt do? It just kind of pulls out
It takes all the moisture out of the fat stuff and it congeals the fat.
congeals the fat.
That's what turns it into bacon.
Okay,
You're curing it.
right.
I mean, theoretically, you could take, after you get everything done and smoke it and everything, you could just put it on meat hooks and hang it in a cool place in the house.
Right,
You wouldn't have to keep
Smokehouse,
it in
whatever.
But we'll slice it and we'll put it in the freezer.
right. And that's one thing we asked them when we had our pigs processed. We told them the bacon slabs, to do not freeze it, because you don't want to freeze and thaw and refreeze. That just causes a lot of sickness and illness. So try not to do that. And right now we're trying to just get everything picked up. A little bit messy doing this.
We need to wash that out. We can reuse that pan.
Right. Yeah, we can reuse
gotta
the pan.
Wash every one of these containers.
Yeah. So, but that's kind of what we're doing. Let's just see how this goes. Hopefully we'll have some really good bacon. When he puts it on the smoker, he'll probably put a smoke flavor to it.
Yeah, you put it on a smoker. I think it's at 250. You got to keep it on there for
3 or 4
And-
hours.
well until it's done. They said a certain amount of time, but it's kind of like a cold smoke, 225, 250, and you're trying to get the internal temperature of the bacon up to 140.
Oh, I thought it was 160.
No,
Okay,
140.
140. Yeah, and you just use a thermometer on that one. Yeah.
And then just take it out and let it sit there and rest, and then
Right.
put it in the refrigerator, and then the next day, after it's chilled back down, you can
Slice it up and put it. Then if we want to put them in another 1 gallon bags, and then we could just freeze them like that. So we would probably have 5, 6 big old bags of bacon in the freezer. So.
You get more than that.
So, or yeah, probably more than
1
that.
gallon bag. That one where I'm cutting the ends off, that'd be like 3 bags of what
Right.
we need to pull out. You know, what we serve ourselves.
Right.
I
So,
mean, we'll have enough bacon to last us a year.
right. Which is good. And if we don't have the bacon, we've got the sausage.
Yep.
Don't have the sausage, we got the tenderloin.
Yeah. You got to have a variety.
And if these stupid roosters keep on, we may have rooster
Yeah. We need that chicken.
Yeah.
All right.
Well,
Let's get this stuff washed
we're going to
up.
get everything cleaned up, but that's what we're doing. If you have any questions or comments, please let us know. And I'm going to show you this knife. This knife was given to us for our 40th anniversary. And that is, how many layers of, did he
It's
do?
Damascus. I'm not
Damascus,
sure.
I think 600 layers, something like that.
It's short.
And it is a beautiful knife. A friend of ours made it.
Yep.
So shout out to him, to Susan, and to Todd. That was beautiful. All righty.
You bring that stuff, and I'll take this.
And get everything cleaned
Don't
up.
forget that.
Well, remember to like, subscribe, and share. And as always, remember, we love you. God loves you. Y'all have a blessed day. Okay, it's been a week. We're here in the kitchen. And got all the slabs out of the refrigerator. We've had them in there. We've been turning them, you know,
Every day.
every day, rolling them around, turning them. So now the recipe calls for us to pull out of the Ziploc bags and rinse them off,
Pat them dry.
pat them dry, put them in pans and let them sit for 24 hours.
Yeah, something like that. We may try to smoke some tonight. I mean, we could slice them off and try frying it now.
Right. Yeah, just off of a small one or whatever.
Yeah.
And we got some underneath here.
And just see what it tastes like.
And then here's another big, huge slab.
Yeah. We're going to have a bunch of bacon.
Yeah. Well, I hope everything turns out good. This is the first time we've ever done making bacon. Making bacon. But, you know, I'd like to be able to, when we do our pigs.
We didn't put Clorox in it.
No, we didn't put Clorox. I was trying to clean my sink. I got an old country sink, so it gets as clean as it gets. But you can see all the the fat and the marbling. Look at all the marbling here.
Yeah.
Meat.
We'll cut us a slice off and put it in a,
In the smoker.
well, no, in a pan.
Oh, in the pan, yeah.
And fry it up just like bacon. I want to smoke it, but we can see what it tastes like now.
Yeah, you can do just a small slice. Yeah. Okay. Well, I think he's going to try that. But in the meantime, these will go in the refrigerator, correct?
Yep.
And they're going to just kind of sit and
Just dry out.
dry out, relax.
Yeah.
And
They're just
then
gonna dry out, and then
tomorrow we'll smoke them.
Yeah.
Probably tomorrow afternoon. And then you slice them up. You put them in your
well,
own.
you smoke them,
Let
and you
them
got to put them back in the let them
refrigerator.
cool down. Put them in the refrigerator overnight. Then you can slice them. You can't slice hot meat.
So Sunday we'll be slicing them
Yes.
and putting them in more bags, like
Yeah.
1 pound bags.
Watch out, and I'll slice this off a little bit.
Yeah, so he's going to do that. You want to just take it off the smallest one here,
Okay.
or one of those?
Enough meat.
I think he's going to do that. So I'm going to give him some room, and we'll check in here in a minute. Okay, he sliced off a couple of pieces.
Yeah, this is before I smoke them or anything. I'm just gonna try a piece of it and see what it tastes like.
The flavor,
Yeah, we still got to render some of that fat down over the smoker, and
right?
because the smoker it'll just take that fat and then just be dripping off of it.
Right, and then when you get out of the smoker and you let it cool down,
Yeah,
it allows all that fat to either drip off or congeal.
right.
Yeah, but it's cooking up good.
It's just the fat just coming out of it. It's
Right.
got fatty bacon, but still, it's a.
Smells good.
Yeah. That piece there cut so thick, we'll just have to give that to the dogs. That's all right.
Oh, they'll be happy. It'll be a nice treat for them.
About to burn it.
Well, you need to take it off.
No, I want to cut.
Now, I'm just curious as to what it's going to taste like. This is all new to us.
Yeah, it's something we just.
Now, and I know how to render fat. That ain't no big deal. That's a simple thing.
Yeah. I don't know, these new ceramic pans, I love them. I want to
We'll find us a
get
set.
rid of the rest of them and just go with ceramic pans. Ain't nothing sticks to them.
So far. The other ones were like that while they were new. All that fat going.
Yeah, it still needs to go through the smoke. We'll just cut that up for a doggy.
Okay. Now you turn that off, didn't you?
I didn't
Yeah.
yet.
All right. Just set that over on the back side.
Get rid of that grease.
Well, that grease has a lot of peppers and all the seasonings and stuff. Yeah. He cooked it the way he likes it, which is a little bit more crispy.
Well, it's still got a lot of fat in it. We've got to get it to smoke it and get a lot of that fat rendered out of it.
Right.
Because if you put it on that smoker, and I mean, it's going to take like an hour or 2 hours. It'll render a lot of that out where it'll just be.
Right. Well, try it before it
What?
gets cool.
It's hot.
Well, you don't want it to cool down too much.
I do. It's hot.
Tastes like bacon, or does it taste like pork?
Tastes like bacon.
Yeah. Oh, I like that.
Mm-hmm.
Got a sweet taste to it. You can really taste the brown sugar in it, and the maple, that bourbon maple, I think has made the difference. Mm.
Yep, that's good.
Cut me off that piece there. Now he, like I said, he has it a little bit browner. Mm. Yep, I like it. I like the flavor.
Yeah. I'm going to smoke it with charcoal instead of using just wood. That way it won't be as smoky.
Are you going to put like maybe applewood
Yeah,
chips
we'll
in
get
it?
some applewood chips or something. That tastes good.
Mm-hmm. Very good. Well, you know this is a continuation because we want to show you from beginning to end.
Yep.
So the next thing will be smoking it and cutting it.
Yep. To be continued.
To be continued.
All right. The bacon's been in for about an hour. I just moved them around some because this side of the smoker gets hotter than this side of the smoker.
All right, so,
I've got my water pan on that side so to keep it moist in there.
okay, so it's not drying out.
So it's not drying out. And I'm keeping the temperature right at about 225. It went back down. I just looked at it a minute ago. But I've done a probe on it. And the ones over here, the internals was like up to 120. And over there, there's up to like 100. So I just swapped stuff around a little bit.
All right, so let's see what they look like. Now, this is after a week of marinating in the refrigerator. And yesterday we washed them, dried them, put them back in the refrigerator to, just chill out. Now we're smoking it, and you see it's got to get up to 140?
Yeah, and it's not there yet.
It's not there yet. It's got about an hour to go, probably.
Probably. Maybe a little bit longer. But these was the hottest ones over here that I stuck a minute ago.
And
It's kind of stalling out there.
yeah, around 100.
Yeah, but I added a little bit more charcoal.
Okay. Did you add any flavored wood? Like
I put a chunk or two of cherry in there.
cherry? Okay.
But yeah,
Now-
it's a working. We'll just
Now,
leave the lid closed so it'll work.
now, this is a long process. of doing bacon.
Oh yeah, bacon. That was 10 days in the refrigerator, and you got to flip the back. You marinate them and everything, and put your salt on it and sugar, and we used bourbon maple syrup, or no, yeah, bourbon maple, whatever. But you put it in Ziploc baggies. You put it in there, and every day you got to flip the baggie.
Right.
For 10 days, and then after 10 days, you pull it out and you wash it, and you stick it back in the refrigerator, set it out and let it dry, and then you put it back in the refrigerator, and like overnight, and then everything just stiffens up. We left it in the refrigerator for a couple of days, not in bags or anything else. Everything just stiffens up, and then I set it out this morning when I got up and let it come up to room temperature, and got my grill going, got it hot.
Okay, so once this is up to temperature, then what do? We put them back in the pans.
Put them back in a pan, let them cool down to room temperature. Then we'll put them back in the refrigerator.
Right, you don't put them back in the refrigerator hot.
No.
No, you gotta let them cool.
Got to let them cool, and then tomorrow morning we can slice it and put it in baggies and freeze it.
Okay, so we'll be able to slice it and put, say, 10 slices per bag, or
whatever we want to put in.
However large or small amounts. And I did pick up some extra freezer bags, so. Well, good deal. So he's got about another hour of smoking.
Hour or so.
Hour and a half, maybe.
Yeah.
All right. This is one long, drawn out 5-minute video.
Yeah, it in the long run, if you include your time, it's cheaper to go buy bacon. But I know what's in this. I don't have any extra added preservatives or nothing. It's just salt, sugar, and maple
Sweetener.
That's it.
Yeah.
There's no nitrates in it. A lot of people say you got to have nitrates. But if you're cooking it,
you shouldn't need it.
I mean, unless you eat your bacon raw, that's the only reason I'd want to have
The nitrates. Yeah.
I don't even know what nitrates is, but it kills bacteria evidently.
Right. It kills the, what is it, the salmonella, I think.
I'm not sure. But it'll be good.
Okay. Well, I know this afternoon our neighbor is we've helped him do the same process.
Yeah, and he bought half a hog, so he's got about half his amount of bacon.
Right.
We'll smoke this afternoon or sometime today.
Right. And he'll be doing the same process we are.
Yeah. Well, he's coming over and we're going to do it here.
Yeah. And then
He had never done it. So.
And then tomorrow we should be slicing.
Yep.
And he should be slicing. So you need to dig our slicer out.
Yep.
So.
All right. Let's let her cut.
All righty. Stay tuned. We got one more day. Finishing up. Okay.
All right. It's Randy at Mountain Air Farm. We smoked our bacon yesterday, which you got a video of that. And we're slicing it today.
Yeah, our 10-day long video.
Yeah. But we're slicing it today, so we're going to stick it in the freezer after this.
Yeah.
But our slicer didn't work, so we're just having to...
We're using a very sharp knife. And it's thick cut bacon.
Yeah.
And also what we're doing, the pieces that are more fat than anything, we're putting over here on a pan, and I'm going to flash freeze it, and then I'll be able to divide them and separate them and put them into Ziploc bags to where I could pull out 2 or 3 cubes at a time.
Yeah.
For like pinto beans or green beans to give it that good flavoring. But we're just taking them, and we're taking about 5 slices. We're wrapping them in parchment paper and then putting them in freezer bags. Because it's just me and Randy. And, usually he has 3 slices, I have 2. Everything's good. And we don't have no waste. But, and if we have company, you pull out 2 freezer bags. Very simple.
Yep.
So we're going to keep doing this, and then when we get everything done, we'll show you how many bags of bacon that we'll have. And also, I could get we could do our weight. And I think they're about a half-pound bag. I'm cutting them thick, probably about a half-pound bag. Yeah, so that is what we're doing. Stay tuned. Okay, so what's our total?
All right, we got, what was it?
Almost 10 pounds.
Almost 10 pounds of sliced bacon.
And they're in about, each one was a half pound except for one, and it was almost a pound.
And then
5 pounds.
5 pounds. I don't even know what a pack of bacon is. It's a half-pound pack at the store.
And it's like anywhere from $5 to $10, depending on
What you buy.
Yeah. Now we got about 5 pounds of
Or more.
of beef fat, like cooking fat, like what you'd put in
There's
beans.
still pieces of meat in there.
Yeah.
That'd be good for beans and stuff.
Well, put green beans, pinto beans, chilies, you name it.
Yeah. Everybody says you can buy it if you. We just know where this came from, and we like it. If you added all our time up and what we done in it, we could afford to buy bacon
Right.
cheaper. But I know what this bacon has in it, and I know
There's no growth hormones, there's no chemicals, no nothing.
no.
Now, we broke even on our pig.
Yeah, we got to. By the time you raise 3, if you sell 2, you pretty much break even. That pays for your feed for all 3,
Right.
and that pays for our pig
To be processed.
and then that's pretty much all you do. You get a whole hog for free,
Right.
which that's $900 to $1,000. Probably 11 if you include the slaughter and everything. Probably around $1,100.
$1,200. Yeah.
What we made off of. We got a whole pig.
Right.
So I mean that's.
Now,
It's still easier to buy it, but
it is still easier to buy it, but like I said, we know what's in these pigs. We fed them. Now, you could probably make money if you were selling, say, 5 or 6 pigs or more.
oh yeah.
Yeah.
Well, if we didn't take it, we would have made.
A whole lot
If we'd
more.
have sold that, we would have made about $1,500. But
Right.
it's like I just soon have the meat than the
Right.
money.
Well, I mean, and that's a lot of bacon. I mean, and we've got a ton of sausage
Yeah, pork chops
and tenderloin. So it's not like we're going to eat bacon every morning.
No.
It's going to be one morning it's going to be bacon. The next 2 mornings may be sausage. One morning may be ham. One more.
And that'll last us for
6 months, almost 8 months to a year.
probably a year. We have a lot of company and we go through a lot of food.
Right.
But
But it does taste good. And the recipe we used was phenomenal. And you found it online. Do you remember where you found it? It was just
no.
someone else processing.
Yeah.
It was a very simple recipe.
Yeah.
And we'll be more than happy to, which we told you step by step, everything.
Yeah, everything we've done.
But we'll be more than happy to share that recipe. And if we can find where we got the recipe, we'll be more than happy to give them praises.
Yep. Well, let's get this up before the flies start.
Right.
Now.
Yeah. That tray, put it in this top freezer drawer.
That won't freeze together, will it?
No, it shouldn't. I'll pull it out before. We're just going to chill it. Yeah, just sit right there on top of the pizzas. Ugh, if you could get it. Yeah. That's just going to do a little cold freezing, congealing it.
Yep. And Scott still has his.
Yes, our neighbor came up. We smoked his, and he still has a whole tray. He's going to have to do some slicing.
Yeah. Yeah, my hands wore out.
Yes, and we just used a simple cutting board, a really good knife, and that's about it.
Yeah.
It'd been nice if we could have used the slicer, but, you know, things happen. I know this has been a long, drawn-out video, and I know every video has just been like anywhere from 3 minutes, you know, if that. So probably this whole video ain't going to be but maybe 45 minutes long from beginning to end.
Depends on if you quit talking or not.
Oh, shut up. But I wanted to take you through the steps. He needs my help bringing the rest of this bacon over to our back freezers. But that is some nice bacon. Well, I hope this helped you. I hope this was informative. If you have any questions or comments, let me know. And as always, remember, we love you. God loves you. Y'all have a blessed day.